this book from 2010 in Norwegian. It's the first text in the book. The background is every New Year's Day, the Norwegian Prime Minister gives an address to the people. And this is all the places mentioned in these speeches from 2000 until 2010. And I think it's a rather accurate kind of image of the Norwegian worldview. Nazareth og Norge, okay. Norge, that's Norway. So. Nazareth og Norge og Stiklestad og Norge og Amerika og Norge og Sunndal på Nordmøre og Norge og Telemark og Norge og Vest-Europa og Norge og Midtøsten og USA og Oslo og Nordsjøen og Balkan og Kosovo og Norge og Kosovo og Balkan og Tsjetsjenia og Norge og Sør-Afrika. Norge og Spania og Latinamerika og Spania og Norge og Oslo og Norge og Sør og Østlandet og Sunndalsøra og Haag og Bjelke og Melfjord og Beiarn og Norge og Berlinmuren og Øst- og Vest-Europa og Europa og Norge og Europa og Norge og Kosovo og Balkan. Oslo og World Trade Center i New York og USA og Russland og India og Pakistan og Norge og Afghanistan og Oslo og Burma og Norge og Midtøsten og Norge og Nord-Troms og Finnmark og USA og verden og Norge. Norge og Maridalen skole og Oslo og Maridalen skole og Norge og Bergen og EØS-området og Norge og NATO-landene og Praha og Sovjetunionen og Europa og Johannesburg og Norge og Afghanistan og Kuwait og Israel og Irak og Kuwait og Irak og Norge og Oslo og Sri Lanka og Sudan og Irak og Norge. Iran og Norge og Næros i Ringsaker og Næros og Norge og New York og Irak og Norge. Indonesia og Det indiske hav og Sør-Asia og Norge og Sverige og Norge og Karlstad og Norge og Sverige og Norge og Madrid og Beslan og Norge og Sudan og Norge og Darfur og Norge og Europa og Norge og USA og Sør-Asia og Norge og Sør-Asia. Norge og Lørenskog og Oslo og Holmestrand og Oslo og Soria Moria slott og Europa og Norge og Asia og Pakistan og Norge og India og Afghanistan og Kabul og Sverige og Norge. Bangladesh og Kirkenes og Kåran i Finnmark og England og Nordland og Norge og Mongstad og Månen og Norge og Steinkjer og Nord-Østerdal og Rørosområdet og Libanon og Israel og Palestina og Betlehem og Beirut og Afghanistan og Libanon og Afghanistan og Stord og Norge og utlandet. Norge og USA og Kina og USA og Nordpolen og Kilimanjaro og Himalaya og Norge og Bali og København og Norge og Bali og Norge og Mongstad og Kabul i Afghanistan og Deichmanske bibliotek i Oslo og Afghanistan og Kabul og Meymaneh og Masjid Sharif og Norge. Midtøsten og Gaza og Norge og Gaza og Midtøsten og Norge og industriland og andre land og Raufoss og Karmøy og Mosjøen og Sykkylven og Norge og de fleste andre land og Norge og der barnedødeligheten er høy, og der det å føde barn er noe av det farligste en kvinne kan gjøre, og Kongo og Darfur og Zimbabwe og Afghanistan og utlandet. Egypt og Norge og Egypt og Spania og Amerika og England og Spania og Norge og Stovner videregående skole i Oslo og Stovner videregående skole og Månen og København og Kyoto og Kina og USA og Norge og Afghanistan og Tsjad og Norge. Takk.
This is a work in progress, actually, and let's hope it'll end sometime. On May 24, 1993, Archbishop Juan Jesus Posadas Ocampo was assassinated in the Guadalajara International Airport. According to Carlos Salinas de Gortari, the Masons were responsible for the killing. Other sources suspect it was a crime committed by the state, an idea supported by the medical examiner Mario Rivas Sousa, who disclosed that he had not conducted an autopsy on the body under written order of Salinas de Gortari. Cardinal Posadas was killed while on his way to the airport to pick up the Apostolic Nuncio Girolamo Prigione, with whom he was scheduled to celebrate the first liturgical feast of Cristobal Magallanes and his martyr compatriots, beatified 6 months previous. There is evidence that he was the victim of a shootout between narco-traffickers, ruling out the speculations found in other sources. 1958. A scientist suffers a horrible accident as he tries out his new teleportation machine. The machine is comprised of 2 booths. Matter is disintegrated in one and reintegrated in another. The scientists hope to transport people, food, anything. Once his success is assured, he attempts to transport himself without realizing that a fly has entered the machine. The result of this error is a half-human, half-fly creature. His only hope is to find the mutant fly and pass through the machine again together to reverse the process. His only hope is to find the mutant fly. When all the attempts to catch the insect fail, the scientist asks his wife to kill him. At the end of the poem, a voice coming from a spider web is heard. If you move closer, you can see there's a fly with a human head asking for help. If you move closer, you can see there's a fly with a human head asking for help. I see a Mexico with a hunger and thirst for justice. A Mexico of people affronted by the distortions imposed on the law by those who should serve it. Of men and women afflicted by the abuses of the authorities and by the arrogance of government offices. Colosio would be assassinated on March 23, 1994. Balsabut. Often flies, agents of death and decay, the 4th biblical plague of Egypt, the wicked, but also the indomitable, the persistent and tenacious in conflict, the against the glass. The greatest military honor in Egyptian culture, the highest distinction awarded by the pharaoh to his warriors. In a beautiful ceremony, the pharaoh Ahmose bestowed on his mother Ahotep a necklace of 3 large gold flies, each one almost 4 inches long. No other queen of Egypt received this military decoration. The residents of Cyrene offered sacrifices to the god Akor so he would free them from these insects. The Akarnians venerated flies, and the natives of Acheron offered incense to the divinity that hunted flies. The Greeks also had their fly hunter god. Alien said that flies moved away from the Olympic Games of their own accord. In the temple of Apollo, when the feast day was nearing, a bull was burned for the flies who once associated with Libre. The demon Beelzebub was given the name Lord of the Flies, a play on words that changed the Canaanite Baal-Zebub, literally the Lord Prince, into Baal-Zebut, the Lord of the Flies. In Rome, the temple of Hercules Victor, where flies never enter, in a shut mouth. The Jews considered it a good omen for a fly never to be seen in the temple of Solomon. I heard about a fly buzz when I died. That's what Emily Dickinson told my child. Juan Camilo Mourinho Terrazo died on November 4, 2008 when the plane, a Learjet 45 with the registration number XC-BNC, in which he was returning to Mexico City after a work-related trip, crashed near the intersection of Anillo Periférico and Paseo de la Reforma. A year later, the coordinator of the investigation committee for the accident reported that a series of errors committed by the flight controller and the plane's pilot could have been the causes of the fall. Why is it so difficult to kill a fly? Finally, scientists were able to reveal the secret as to why irritating flies were so hard to trap and always were able to get away. Somehow the fly knows, they said. Researchers discovered that the flies possess a sophisticated defense system that enables them to anticipate their aggressors' movements by fractions of a second. Using high-speed and high-resolution videos, scientists found that flies have shrewd minds, enabling them to plan their escape ahead of time. And as scientists point out, the best way to squash them is to approach them silently and swipe down into space just ahead of them. And as scientists point out, the best way to squash them is to approach them silently and swipe them. Most people have felt the frustration of trying to squash a fly and seeing how it intrepidly flies. Somehow, the fly knows. For the last 2 decades, Michael Dickinson, researcher into the biomechanics of insect flight, has been trying to answer the question that many of us have asked ourselves. Why is it so hard to squash a fly? Now, finally, we have an answer, says Dickinson. Somehow, the fly knows. 6 days before the election, on the morning of June 28, 2010, while heading to the airport in Ciudad Victoria in order to travel to the city of Valle Hermoso, where he could hold a closing event for his campaign, Rodolfo Torre Cantú, the candidate of the Institutional Revolutionary Party, PRI, was killed along with 4 of his support staff. The layout of the scene makes it seem likely to have been at the hands of organized crime. Free will. In January 2011, an article was published in the magazine Proceedings of the Royal Society towards a scientific concept of free will as a biological trait, spontaneous actions and decision-making in invertebrates, in which it argues that even fruit flies somehow exhibit behaviors based on free will, somehow. Free will, somehow. Spontaneous actions and decision-making. Its author, Bjorn Brems, argues that the behavior of the flies, although not completely free, is not completely constrained. The essay provides evidence obtained from fly brains considerably smaller than ours, but which nevertheless seem to be endowed with flexibility in decision-making, somehow. Spontaneous actions and decision-making. The scientist dares to point out that the capacity to choose between different options of behavior, even in the absence of differences in the environment, would be a capacity common to the majority of brains, if not all of them. So the simplest animals would not be completely predictable automatons. So that the simplest animals would not be completely predictable automatons. Jose Francisco Blake Mora died in the air accident of Mexican Air Force helicopter AS-332L2TPH-06 at 11 hours, 11 minutes on November 11, 2011, when the aerocopter AS-332 Super Puma crashed in rural area near Santa Catarina Ayotzingo, municipality of Chalco, state of Mexico. The Mexican Interior Minister was scheduled to inaugurate the 6th Ordinary General Assembly of the Mexican Association of Administrators of Justice. Thank you.
What's happened to me? Look at me. What, nigger? She did not say anything derogatory to him at any point. She did not say, fucking niggers. He did not say, fuck you, bitch. Under her breath, she muttered, fucking niggers. He said, bitch, I know you didn't call me no fucking nigger. She lunged at him with the knife. He backpedaled and swung back. He hit her 3 times. She remembered being in first grade with him, walking hand in hand and being called gay, wetbacks, and niggers. You're my mama, nigger. He the fault? Yeah. Well, on TMG, I'm about to go right now, nigger. You feel me, nigger? Yeah. Nigger M.O.B., my nigger man, that nigger blue. You feel me? They're gonna tell the police, nigger, nigger. I tried to rob him. You feel me? What? You feel me? Little TMG, unintelligible. Nigger is, you are unintelligible. My mama, bro, you already know blood. I love you, blue. My mama, nigger, taking care of my nigger and niggers. Yeah. Unintelligible, nigger. TMG, my nigger man, that's some cold shit though, bro. Well, my mother blue nigger, you ain't gotta say nothing else, bro. Yeah, for real, for real. They said something, they found something or some shit. Yeah, they found the banger and them ass niggers in their whip. You feel me, man? Let that little hoe-ass nigger know though. You feel me? I only got to say one unintelligible, I love you, nigger. And all you got to do is just tell me why you did it. That's all you got to do. Just say it one time. It's over and done with. Just tell me why you shot that guy. Because I'm a bitch, unintelligible bitch-ass nigger. He was a punk bitch-ass nigger, deserved to get killed. Man, I should have just shot that nigger in his face. Fucking ass nigger. As a matter of fact, I should have just ran in his house, nigger, and killed off his whole family, nigger, trying to put down my family life, nigger. Shit don't go down like that, nigger, motherfucker. It's real out here, nigger. We take care of old business, nigger. It's business, nigger. It always has been, nigger. Don't come around threatening my parents, nigger, thinking everything cool, man, peace, whatever. The fuck you want to say, do what the fuck you gotta do, man. Just don't sit there, nigger, and start make it happen, dude. Unintelligible don't go down, they unintelligible right back, my man. Trust me, bro. How many times punk ass niggers over there thinking they run the shit? Unintelligible shit though, unintelligible punk ass, unintelligible, you feel me? Fuck that nigger though, he was a bitch ass nigger anyways, square ass nigger. Shot the fuck out of that nigger. I shot that nigger, I killed him for real, I killed him, I shot that nigger. I shot that nigger face. I should have just messed his whole face up. A group of skinheads followed him, yelling, "Kill the nigger, get that nigger." Bowen started running when several skinheads, including defendants, started chasing him, yelling, "Kill the nigger, we don't want niggers at our party." Miscom shouted, "Halt, skinheads," and the group stopped and yelled, "Heil Hitler." The group then continued running after Bowen, shouting, "You're going to die, nigger, and we're going to get you, nigger." Miscom and the others yelled, "Heil Hitler." If I was going to kill myself, do you know what I would do? I would go out and kill every black cunt, every packy, every copper, every mug that I know. Man, don't be coming up on the side of me. I don't know you, nigger. What are you trying to do? Sneak up on the side of me? Get the fuck away from me, nigger. What the fuck you trying to do? Creep up on me? Man, I'm not trying to disrespect nobody out here. Mama, let me holler at my nigger. The record establishes that the word nigger on the door of the school's only African-American teacher carried with it a violent connotation. The word produced a sense of apprehension, terror, and fear in the teacher. The even more descriptive words, "Kill the niggers," written on the music building where a number of African-American students gathered, was reasonably interpreted as a direct, violent threat to those students. What happened, my nigger? You talking about last night? Hey, what happened? My nigger, kill, game, talk baseball, my nigger. What happened? Okay, well, we was on some, lick. You feel me? Trying to get some chalupa to get so I can get some bail. So I'm trying to get who I can think to bring with me, who I know you wouldn't really trip over having around your wifey. So I go get my cousin, you know who, I take him with me. We spot somebody like, oh, and it's all good. Yeah, and she says like, that's the one. I'm like, okay. And then we follow, woo, I slip in, and nigger, my finger slipped, nigger. Huh? The finger snip. Man, it was bad. It was ugly for a man, nigger. I mean, like, men in black. Oh, that really hurts. Man, well, did you get any chalupa? No, 'cause come on. Let's go. That's my girl. But I mean, I was like supposed to grab the, what do you call it? The thing, the female smell bad, bad, I say. Now what do you say? You were supposed to grab the what? The pouch. But this nigger cutty didn't want to get out of the car. He's standing on the sunroof just like, and I'm like, get the fuck out of the car so I can do what I need to do. He didn't want to leave out of the car, so it's like I couldn't do two things at once. So I hop out of the car, nigger, and get it moving. So nigger was going to go do another one, but she was like, we need a unintelligible to go, so I'm not worried about her, but my cutty, nigger, this nigger came over to me crying this morning, nigger, telling me the nigger dead. That boy bitched up like that. Nigger came over here crying, nigger. Hell no, nigger, that ain't solid, bro. I'm like, my nigger, what, everybody at the house where you gotta live know about it? Oh my God, my nigger, I know what I gotta do. My niggers watching everything, know who everybody is, got pictures of everybody. My niggers know, and when I come to the court on the 8th, I'm gonna point motherfuckers out. I'm gonna point motherfuckers out to my partners. You will see big light-skinned yellow-ass Merv back there in little V, and all them niggers unintelligible, and my partner black-ass unintelligible. They're staying somewhere out there. You see them, you know, unintelligible motherfuckers. I'm gonna point the motherfuckers out, man. My nigger got shot. Yeah, my nigger, they know stuff. Barraris arrested defendant and placed him in a patrol car. Through the open window, defendant yelled, "Nigger bitch, you're dead." A short time later, he scolded Barraris, saying, "We got ourselves a nigger lover, and you are just as fucked as the fucking nigger dope dealers from Oakland. Fucking nigger bitch is dead." En route, defendant said, "Hey, nigger lover, you can't protect them. You guys, San Jose Police Department, the nigger protectors. I guess since you love them, you're going to beat me up." He also said, "You know what I hate more than niggers? Nigger lovers. You fucked up, man. You are going to pay for this, nigger lover. Hey, nigger lover, you're going to pay for this. Those LA Cubs, but at least I respect them since they beat a nigger." When he arrived at the center, defendant spit on Barajas' leg and said, "Nigger lover, you're going to die," I said. Oh, they seen him on the streets, right? Spider wouldn't be. They ain't questioned cuz how would they have questioned him? What are they trying to say? That we did this? We ain't do nothing, my nigger. And when we try to tell me cuz Baby Ben's already told us how much y'all got paid. You might as well tell us how much money you got. Money for what? Oh my God, why would I tell on myself? I didn't get no money for nothing. I'm broke and I've been broke and I'm still broke. I didn't get money for nothing. According to one court affidavit, Barry told authorities that Brewer sprayed Bird's face with black paint before he was killed. "We don't yet have a definitive motive for all of this," Mr. Lloyd said. Nigger, I end this shit. Nigger, I end this.
Just a few words to introduce this work. Every time I want to make a break, I check my email. Oh, you can hear? Oh. And now? Yeah. So every time I want to make a break, I check my emails, and when I run out of emails, I check my spam. And when I read them, usually I answer them, and they answer me. So I answer them, and 3 years we developed something that we could call the spam correspondence, or epistolary exchange. And there are two kinds of emails, two kinds of spam I'm corresponding. The first one are the one who promise me that I can get a lot of money if I accept the deal. The second one are usually blonde girls from Russia who are looking for a husband, and usually they fall in love with me after the third or fourth email. I noticed one thing is that they react very quickly to international events usually in the next 2 or 3 days. So I collected them in order to turn them into an atlas of the main international events of the last decade, 2011, 2001. And because I had the feeling that nobody would pay attention to this kind of literature, I asked the printer of La Pléiade to print them. So now I'm a little bit embarrassed because usually I never read my text, and also it would not make sense for me to read this atlas through a single voice. So what I'm gonna propose you is a collective spam reading. It could be called a spam choir. The script is very easy. I'm gonna distribute a few Pléiades, and the one who will have the leaflet will pick up random one short story and will read it aloud. Once one is done with a short story, another person, random, start. If 2 people start at the same time, it's like in a car traffic. Yeah. So either one is very polite and lets the other one keep reading, or is not polite or she's not polite, and I mean you can both read at the same time. I think more or less that's it for the rule. Maybe I would need one person also to come here and to consider that when it's enough, it should stop. So this person would have only to say stop. I don't know, maybe Beata? You could be the one. So you would have to come here. If anyone wants to read, don't be shy. Oh, in front.
No.
Most of the pieces are in English, but some of them are in French.
Dear friends, please excuse me for any inconvenience caused by this message. My name is Valentin. I am a student and I live with my mother in small city Kaluga in Russia. My mother is invalid. She cannot see and she receives pension from government very rare, which is not enough, even for medications. I work very hard every day to be able to buy the necessities and medications for my mother, but my salary is very small because my study is still not finished. Due to the crisis, authorities stopped gas in our district and we cannot heat our home anymore. I do not know what to do because the weather is very cold here and I am very afraid that if the temperature will be lower than 0 degrees in our sleeping room, we will not be able to survive. I applied to local Red Cross and they explained to me that many people ask them for help every day and they cannot help to each family. They advised me to search help from individuals. Thanks to free public internet access in our public library, I was able to find several addresses, including yours. And I decided to appeal to you with a prayer in my heart for small help. If you have any old used sleeping bag, warm blanket, warm clothes in size 1 or extra large, portable heater, canned food, vitamins, water boiler, medicines against cold weather, any hygiene products, I would be very, very grateful if you could send it to our home address, Valentin Mikalen, Runika 645, Kaluga, Russia. If you think that would be better or easier perhaps for you to help with some money, please write me back and I will provide you with the details how to send it safely if you agree. This way to help is very good because in this case I will be able to buy a portable stove and heat our home during winter. I hope to hear from you very soon and I would pray that you can help us. I also hope very much that this hard situation will become better in our country very soon. From all my heart, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Please excuse me once more for any inconvenience I could cause you with this message.
Dear friend, I am Mr. Dara Makara,
the accounts manager of one of the daughters-in-law of the late President Muammar Gaddafi of Libya, who lost her husband in the NATO airstrike. Because of the revolution over her father-in-law and the frozen of the family accounts in different countries, below is the link to view the full story, http://www.bangkokpost.com/news/world/2347779/ Gaddafi survives airstrike deadly. I am looking for some investors who can invest some funds in your country on her behalf. In view of your country president good relationship with the late President Muammar Gaddafi, hence, I thought it was wise contacting you to handle the project with trust, so that we can invest in your company. I await your details, so that we can conclude in moving the funds to your country, having you as an expert.
Hello, dear. It is with profound respect and humble submission I beg to state the following few lines for your kind consideration. I hope you will spare some of your valuable minutes to read the following appeal with sympathetic mind. I must confess that it is with great hopes, joy and enthusiasm that I write you this mail, which I know and believe by the faith that it must surely find you in good condition of health. My name is Monica Ali Said, and I am the only daughter of late Colonel Ali Said, former Chief of Police of Mogadishu, Somalia, and a commander of security forces during the war in Somalia, in which he was killed by sniper fire in June 17, 2009. Though his sudden killing linked, or rather suspected, to have been masterminded by Islamist forces, but God knows the truth. My mother died when I was 6 years old.
Stop. Attention, I am Sergeant Anthony Tanny from the Hospitality State, Mississippi, and of the U.S. Marine Force on monitoring and peacekeeping mission in Baghdad, Iraq. On the 21st day of December 2008, we were alerted on the sudden presence of some terrorists camping in a suburb not too far from Karbala here in Iraq. After immediate intervention, we captured 3 of the terrorists. 26 were killed, leaving 7 injured. In the
I have to
process,
think to another place to live. I've deposited some dollars with a bank abroad whose name is withheld for now until we open communication. I shall be grateful if you could receive this fund into your bank account for safekeeping any investment opportunity. This arrangement is known to you and my personal attorney. He might be dealing with you directly for security reasons, as the case may be.
It says, please God, don't let the actors come into the audience. If you are willing to assist our mutual benefit.
Kept in your position for a while and invested in your name for my trust pending when your daughter, Zawa, shall come of age and take full responsibility for family estate inheritance. Note that if you are honest, I'm going to entrust more funds in your care, as this is one of the legacy we keep for our children. I'm giving you this information in total trust and confidence. I will greatly appreciate if you accept my proposal in good faith. Kindly get back to me in my personal email address, parentheses 0010arafat@gmail.com, close paren, period. Yours truly, Mrs. Suha Arafat, period.
Kindly let me know, sir, if you accept my proposal. Should I be happy enough to obtain your consent, I shall find a way to send you the map, so you would only have to dig us the jewel case. You would keep the contents with you and would only send me through to alleviate my tragic situation. Please rest assured of, P.S., needless to say that the utmost discretion is required in a matter such as the one I am proposing. Hence, your answer, which will be read by the prison authorities before reaching me, should just contain the words yes or no.